Hello, this is Mac from jlptbootcamp.com here with another N5 grammar lesson. This time we're going to talk about how to talk about groups of people and animals, as well as how a useful time expression to talk about throughout the day or throughout the night. And we will also be practicing how to make some requests for objects. First, though, please imagine you have just finished up at a barbecue and you are staying with your friend in Japan here for a while. You've met this beautiful young woman, and she's your girlfriend, and she asks you at the end of the barbecue, "Anata gata wa doko ni iku no?" So anata gata is, the best translation in English is you all. Doko ni is where, iku is go, and no is a casual way to ask a question. You respond, "Kare wa ie ni kairu ga watashi tachi wa karaoke ni iku." So you want to say he, as in your friend in the upper left here, is returning to his house, going back home, but the ga there, watashi tachi wa, us, we, are going to karaoke. So karaoke, of course, is karaoke, and iku is to go. And ie up there is to house, kairu is to return to a place, usually your home. So these two things, tachi and gata, are ways that you can use to talk about groups of animals or people in Japanese. Usually you would add tachi to a noun. Noun plus tachi, group of noun. This is for any type of person. For example, this example down at the bottom, Isha tachi wa kaigi ni ikimasu. So the doctors are going to the meeting. You can use this for a variety of different things. Animals, of course, niko tachi, inu tachi. You can use it for example, I've heard it used with imoto-san tachi. Your sisters are laughing at you or doing something. You can use it in that way. Now, there's kind of an irregular here. Anata is for you. It's not often used in Japanese, anata, but it is still used. It's not completely forbidden. It's just that if it's clear who you're talking to, you usually don't use anata because it can sound a little direct. But with anata, you can add gata to make you all, to refer to a group of people that are listening to you. This is irregular. It's actually anata tachi seems to be used more often, according to a little bit of research I did. I mean, looking at the corpus data and looking at some just results in with different search engines and things, it looks like anata tachi is more often used than anata gata. But anata gata is still used. You might hear it on the test. You might hear it out in the wild. And of course, certain dialects have their own little quirks to them, so you might still hear it. But anyway, continuing on, the next day, your girlfriend comes to visit you and she asks, "Doshite tsukarete iru no?" Doshite is why. Tsukareru is to be tired. So this is the present progressive form, tsukarete iru. That te form plus iru makes it progressive. So she's asking, "Why are you tired?" And you answer, "Hitoban ju utatte ita no da." So hitoban ju means all night. Utatte ita no da is I sang. It's the past tense of utau, which is to sing. I'm sorry, it's the te form plus ita, which is the past progressive form of utau, which is to sing. And so basically you were saying, I sang all night. I was singing all night. Sorry, that's the direct translation. I was singing all night. And so this ju or chuu is how to talk about throughout or all over in Japanese. At the N5 level, it's going to be used for throughout a certain time. And it does also have another meaning of all over, as in like physically all over something, but it's not used in that way. At least it doesn't appear to be used that way at the N5 level quite yet. So just keep that in mind. And this is some kind of time expression plus chuu or ju. That kanji has two different pronunciations depending on how you want to use it. We'll go over that in a little bit. But basically, these are set phrases. You can't use these with any time expression. They're kind of limited to a few here and there, like ichinichi, hitoban. There's also all night, all day, ichinen, ju, which is all year. Those are the three most common ones. There's a few other handful of ones. For example, gozen chu, which is at some time in the morning, which you'll see on your package slip sometimes. When you miss a package, you can request delivery again the next day. Usually it's gozen chu, or then they'll give you 2-hour blocks of time, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, on those package slips that you can get it redelivered. So here's a look at another example sentence in polite form. You can say ichinichi ju nihongo o benkyou shite imasu. I studied all day. I studied Japanese all day. And so what's the difference here between chuu and ju, the different pronunciations of this particular kanji? Ju is all throughout. So it's something that's continuing, some kind of process. Usually you'd use this with present progressive. The te form plus imasu for polite, or te form plus iru, which is the casual. You would use it with that form typically. Now, chuu is at some point during that time. So, like I said before, there's gozen chuu. They're going to make a delivery at some point during the morning. And usually this is paired with ni. And so that's, if you're reading it off a piece of paper, you can tell the difference between the two pronunciations, which one to pronounce. But other than that, you'll have to go with some kind of the context that it's used to kind of understand what you should say, ju or chu. Are they going to test you on this on the test? Probably not. This is very complicated and kind of just hard to get a hang of. It's just something that you should be aware of when you're talking, you're communicating with someone. Just be aware that there's a difference there and try to take note of it. And kind of over time, you'll learn when to use it and what expressions are compatible with it. I've listed a few more expressions in the PDF, but basically the three main ones are ichinichi ju, ichinenju, all year, and the irregular kind of reading of hitoban ju, which is hito is still one, and then ban is all night, like in konbonwa. So that's kind of a weird reading. That seems like something that might come up in the kanji part because it's irregular, but mostly don't lose sleep over this. Just be aware of it. Take note of it when you hear it. Moving on. The next day, you're tired, you have a headache, you've been drinking all night. So you say, atama ga itai, mizu o kudasai. And atama is your head, itai is hurts, mizu is water, of course, and kudasai, you're making a request here. O kudasai. Although sometimes this o can be dropped in more casual speech. Your girlfriend says, hi, dozo. And you made a very simple, somewhat casual request in Japanese, which is basically just noun plus o kudasai, as in boshi o kudasai. Now remember, you can make a request for an action with te form plus kudasai if you're requesting some kind of action. This is for requesting some kind of object. Moving on to be a little bit more polite, you're talking to your friends mother, so you want to show a little bit of respect. Usually if someone's older than you, in Japanese, you usually use polite form. Or if you're staying at their house, you should probably default to polite form first. And maybe, depending on who they are, you might end up using more casual. But you ask her, jidensha o kashite kudasaimasenka. So jidensha is bicycle. Kashite is loan. And kudasaimasenka is a very polite way to make a request. This could be for to someone above you or for something bigger. Here you're requesting a bike, and so this isn't like water or something that's very easily given. It has a little bit more weight to it. I mean, a bike isn't that expensive, but it's still a slightly larger request than your typical, hey, give me a water, or give me a tissue or something. And of course, she responds, hai, dozo. Here you go, in English. This kudasaimasenka is how you would make pretty polite requests. This is very polite, usually in formal situations to older people, bigger requests. And you would form this by verb and te form, like we just did, kashite, kudasaimasenka, or noun plus o kudasaimasenka. For example, if you want to ask for tea, you can say ocha o kudasaimasenka. Can I have some tea? And so that's basically it. It's the same as kudasai almost, but it's a lot more polite, used for bigger requests to show more respect. All right, let's finish it off with a little bit of a pop quiz. Can you translate this sentence? I worked all night. And you don't need to translate I. So that would be hitoban ju shigoto o shimashita. So I cheated a little bit there. Sorry, I didn't show you hitoban before on any of the slides. But hitoban ju is all night. And can you translate this sentence? Could you please take a look at this? And that in Japanese would be kore o mite kudasaimasenka. So kore is this, mite is look, kudasaimasenka is a polite request. Take a look at this. Can you look at my, maybe I have an injury or something. Could you take a look at this object? Next one, pencil please. And this is casual, more casual. And for a hint, pencil in Japanese is enpitsu. In Japanese, that would be enpitsu o kudasai. Can I have a pencil? Please give me a pencil. And final one, the dogs are sleeping. The dogs are sleeping. Inu tachi ga nete imasu. So again, inu is dog, tachi is to talk about a group. So inu tachi, the dogs, and then nete is sleeping. It's the te form of neru, which is to sleep, and imas is how you form the present progressive, the basically be ing form of the verb. Nete imasu. So again, real quick review. Today we talked about how to talk about a group of animals or people in Japanese. You use tachi or gata. Noun plus tachi will give you a group of noun. Gata is used with anata to mean you all, anata gata, but it's not used as often as anata tachi. Anata tachi is more common. So if it's just easier for you to remember, you should probably just use anata tachi. And then we practice chuu and ju. This is how to say throughout or all over, some kind of time expression, all night, all year, all day. And making casual requests, noun plus o kudasai, and more polite request, kudasaimasenka. So verb and te form plus kudasaimasenka, or noun plus o kudasaimasenka. So that's it for this particular lesson. If you know anyone that is actually studying for the N5, I'm sure they would appreciate it if you sent this video along to help them out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more helpful videos like this and for updates to these videos. If something needs to be clarified, I usually go back and update these. So best way to get those updates is to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So that is it for this month. Talk to you next month. This has been a grammar explanation video from the JLPT Bootcamp Premium site. Inside the site, you will find some extra goodies, for example, some cheat sheets for all of the videos. And those cheat sheets include a few things. For example, some common mistakes that people make, as well as some example test questions for the JLPT. If you're interested in taking the JLPT and you want that extra edge, something to kind of push you above and get the points that you need to pass, I encourage you to stop by the website at jlptbootcamp.com/premium. There you can find the cheat sheets as well as some extra practice with the grammar points that I've been talking about today. Hope to see you in the premium site very soon. This has been Mac from jlptbootcamp.com.